Tasmania show.
Tasmania show.
Tasmania show.
Tasmania show.
Tasmania show.
Tasmania show.
You already know what it is. Oh, yeah.
Wagwan gang, back in this thing, and if you really gang, bang that like button if you like the vibe, subscribe. If you don't have good energy, keep your ass inside. You're tuning into the Tasmania show with Taz Tikoon, brought to you by Tazzy's Baddies, and today we talking about ASAP Rocky and Jason Lee. Dope interview. Make sure y'all go check that out. And it was super special because it wasn't in the Jason Lee studios. They took it all the way back to Harlem. Now, ASAP Rocky, man, I will say that when I sat back and thought about all the things that I had heard about him over the years, when he got locked up in Sweden, the situation with ASAP Rocky, when they shot at his house a couple of months ago with his kids and Rihanna inside, it's been super crazy. He has a #1 album. He's dating Rihanna. It's a lot of amazing things. So much love to ASAP Rocky. But before we even get into all of the amazing accolades, it's really amazing how he's been able to maintain his confidence despite all the controversy that's going on. So we're going to start with this whole ASAP Rocky case.
Nothing is off the table. We can talk about it all. If I don't want to talk about it, I'm going to say I don't want to talk about it.
So really tried to put you in prison.
That was f***ed up.
Yeah.
I'm still hurt.
Yeah.
I'm hurt about him. I'm hurt about Bari. Hurt about a lot of them. I mean, it is what it is. I know they don't give a f***, but I'm hurt.
He wasn't even like testifying. It was like he was trying to put you in prison.
He
Did you feel betrayed?
Of course. I felt hurt, betrayed, and it was just a nightmare. You know what I'm saying? Just looking at somebody I know on the stand forever gonna be labeled as a rat, just trying to come up off of me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Stop being a bum and being lazy. That's just bum mentality. All of that.
Do you see any world in which all of you, maybe except for Relly, come back together?
Absolutely.
But Relly, could he ever be a part of the situation? I had to ask. I mean, you know, maybe you have a heart and have forgiveness.
I don't even gotta answer that.
Okay.
Yeah, nah, bro. He tried to kill me. Take me away from my kids. Like, if I'd have did 24 years in jail, I'm dead.
Is that what inspired you to put the rat and owl thing in your show, or?
All that.
Was that for him, or was that for?
That's for all of them.
Hold you, man. Just seeing ASAP Rocky be able to talk about that, watching that trial, that shit was just crazy. You know, hearing the stories and everything like that. You facing 24 years and you got these kids and somebody that you started with. It always starts in the inner circle, right? And that's the thing that's unfortunate as I'm listening to the different stories. First of all, you know, rest in peace, Yams. I had the opportunity to meet Yams at 106 and Park in New York. Dope guy, dope energy. Seeing that he started to take off and then he lost the guy that was right there with him. And then you got ASAP Mob. And I think, was it 12? I forgot which ASAP member I was in New York in the studio with. It was a minute ago. It was a minute ago. But just remembering that era and seeing what's been happening and then years, you know, transpire. I remember the whole situation where he had the performance with Rihanna. He grabbed her ass and every different thing. But then as time progressed, I'm like, damn, Rocky always in some shit, but he's always been the pretty boy that's been out the way. You know, I remember, if it was, what's the bull that got locked up? Casanova. I think he was locked up with ASAP Rocky. He had said something like that before. So even when the whole Trump thing happened, it was very confusing. But leading up to Relly, and like I said, we got a lot that we got to get into. Ferg, Relly, you know, all those different things. But the thing that I think that even before we get to Ferg, that was like really scary. Like, okay, it's and honestly, their daughter's name is Rocky. I'm like, yo, in the interview, he was talking about how she's like tougher than the guys. But I think during that time, Rihanna might have lost her father during that time. The shooting happened. He was on trial. That was a very rocky and tumultuous time. So for baby girl's name to even be Rocky, you know what I'm saying? To think about what they were growing through as a couple, new levels, new devils. You know what I'm saying? But the amount of confidence he has to have when there's people out here saying your baby mama didn't post your single or you ain't making nearly as much money as, you know, any of these other people out here doing this thing. But what I'm about to do is I'm about to get into this next clip of him basically just explaining what it was like when those shots, you know, fired into his house because Rocky was asleep. But nonetheless, thank God nobody was actually hurt. But we're going to get into this clip right now to see what Rocky got to say about it.
Rocky, you slept. This is how you know you ghetto and you from the hood. You slept through a shootout at your house.
I was dumb tired.
In a neighborhood where there is you can hear the birds chirping.
I'm just so glad that none of my family, none of my neighbors was hit and hurt because that girl is really sick. You know what I'm saying? She got a real problem and she was riffing on about Cardi B, about Kim Kardashian, about Rihanna, and it just was like, she drove from Florida
with a rifle,
with a fucking AR-15 and let off 20 some odd shots, bro. It was dark, bro, and it was just like, it's sad to know that somebody that's sick and will want to do some weird shit like that, you know what I'm saying? I was like Day from Friday when I found out she got caught. Like, y'all can't with the police. I was on some really, you know, for Ferg to wait till before the first day of my trial to be in the interview talking about he dropped his name. You been dropped your name from Ferg, but when I look on Apple Music, it still say ASAP Ferg. When I look on Spotify, it still say ASAP Ferg. When I still look on Instagram, it say ASAP Ferg. So why you in interviews going so hard about how you dropped your name?
Right. When was the last time you guys talked?
I ain't talked to Ferg in a minute. And so for me, it just felt like that was the day after Yams Day. Then I'm going on trial. It just felt like some sucker shit, and I ain't really like that. That shit hurt me, but I don't got no bad blood towards Ferg. Like, me and Ferg can hash shit out any day now, because I love Ferg. And Ferg never really stabbed me in the back like too crazy or nothing like that. Like, you feel
That was nothing light about that situation, but for him to even be like, y'all can't fuck with the police, confidence is an illusion. You don't know if that shit is real or not. So just to imagine the amount of scrutiny and the type of stuff that's going on, you on trial with somebody that's trying to put you behind bars that started out with you. He said in the interview, ASAP really was the one that had the money. He had the bread, you know what I'm saying? And so if you get with your shorty, you know what I'm saying? That's what, from what Rocky's viewpoint is. And he even said, like, yo, him and Ferg, because we're going to get to Ferg too. Like, yo, there's no real bad blood with Ferg. There's no coming back from Relly, like, period. But when it comes to, like think about it, right? When Jay-Z separated himself from Rockefeller or Rock Nation, and then he became a husband to Beyonce. You know what I'm saying? It's like he can't be outside all the time. So if there was any type of trepidation about what's gonna happen with us, it's like, yo, like niggas can't be in relationships and still get things popping and stuff like that. So it's unfortunate. But the part that really kind of got me was that, like, when he broke down and said that Ferg dropping his name right before the Relly trial after Yams Day, it's like, damn. I can imagine Rocky is on trial with a member from ASAP Mob, like you lost Yams, you're on trial. He's saying that Rihanna was holding him down during his darkest time, so let's be very clear. Was y'all niggas holding Rocky down during the darkest times when he was in Sweden and when he was going through all these different things, but you got something to say or you feel away or whatever? So he's like, damn, like, you dropped the name. Now, I get Ferg. We're going to get to Ferg, too. Ferg basically breaking down, like, why he dropped his name. But it's like you dropped it at a very, very specific time. Maybe showing some solidarity that there's some members in ASAP Mob that really fucks with him. So I had only saw the one component of it, and he's painting, you know, D-Ferg and doing all these different things. But when he put the timeline together, that shit kind of made me feel a kind of way like, damn, my nigga. Like, because even when you look him up still, his name is still on the DSPs. It's ASAP Ferg. It's not just Ferg. But let's hear what Rocky got to say about it.
ASAP, when did all of the mob start becoming
that
modelers?
hurt me too. The Ferg dropping ASAP hurt me as well. You feel me? Because Ferg wanted to get out his deal. And I gracefully did that. I helped him, you know, get out his deal. First of all, let me tell you the story about me and Ferg. I'm gonna get this to you, right? ASAP Mob, before it was like ASAP Mob, we was just ASAP. It was just a bunch of niggas getting fly, trying to fuck bitches in Soho, trying to fuck bitches in Harlem, trying to fuck bitches in the Bronx. I was just the one, like, I was the one with the mindset of like, yo, we need to do things, we need to capitalize off of this conglomerate. Like, I knew how to monetize us, you know what I'm saying?
So you were like the RZA of Wu-Tang
For
Clan
sure.
for ASAP Mob.
For sure. They could tell, I had us doing photo shoots, modeling, all this other stuff. Everybody come together, chip in your $50 for this or whatever, $20.
That's really, really dope. It's all full circle for, even with Jason Lee even asking, like, so you were like the RZA of Wu-Tang, and then your son's name is RZA. You know what I'm saying? And you got Riot and you got Rocky, and him just basically talking about how the collective comes together. Rocky's been a visionary for a very, very long time. Like, I always say, him and Tiana Taylor, like, coming from Harlem, being those hybrids when he was in dope fashion, that it's just like you can't pinpoint him and in one category. Like, he could jump from film, he could jump to music, he can jump to theater, arts, and all different types of stuff. So it's just like a really Harlem Renaissance man. So to hear how the inception came together, how he brought everybody together, we're gonna get into the clip now with, you know, ASAP Ferg is basically breaking down his origins because, you know, his dad made the Bad Boy logo and he's coming from whatever. So you got this RZA-like person that's trying to bring all, and I ain't gonna hold you. Since Wu-Tang, I think the closest like collective, and I'm that might have had like we had the Locks, you know, we had the Dipsets and stuff, but ASAP Mob running around doing what they was doing was an incredible time. So for him to even say that, yo, it's no bad blood, him and ASAP Ferg can still come together, that would be so fire. But let's hear what Ferg has to say in regards to dropping the ASAP from his name.
Is evolving, I don't know if evolving is the right word, but going from ASAP Ferg to Ferg, a form of growth in your career?
Everybody always call me Ferg, even in the mob. Like, people don't call me ASAP Ferg. Rocky be like Ferg. Toby be like Ferg. Like, I've always been Ferg, even in Harlem. D Ferg, Daryl Ferguson. That's my name. ASAP Ferg is something we did as a crew together. So it's always been Ferg. It's just going back to Ferg, like, that's all it is.
You are.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like it's just a new time. It's a new era. It's a exciting time for me to show.
So I ain't gonna hold you. Listening to him explain, like, him going back to his origins, it's like, yo, that's your name, right? So when it comes to like, yo, like, I'm just going back to the beginning, right? I think the timing of it is like interesting, right? Because some people could be like, yo, it's ASAP Rocky on trial with ASAP Relly, and I'm going to remove my ASAP Ferg, and I'm going to just be Ferg. Like, if I was looking at it like that, I could see how Rocky's like, damn, nigga, could you just wait till the fucking trial is over? Because you basically saying you don't fuck with me. That's how I would look. If I'm dropping ASAP, it doesn't come off like that. So I could understand where signals and things could get misconstrued and different things like that. But I think a conversation between them two could definitely like patch it all up, because even hearing ASAP Rocky breaking down like, yo, like when Ferg was like, yo, I don't want to do the rap shit no more. I just want to have tunnel vision and I want to work on this and I want to work on that. And then when he blew up, we're just going to hear ASAP Rocky explain a little bit more about him and Ferg from the beginning.
We was in a group. This is when Gap was out, and Gap had some shit called Red, R, and the N sign, and D. I wanted to put, we was called ASAP Red. ASAP Rocky and D Ferg. The R is for Rocky and the D is for D Ferg. This is before I made everybody change their name to ASAP Ferg, ASAP Rocky, and so on and so forth. Ferg started making t-shirts and belts. Ferg used to, his best friend really was Jay West. Jay West is a painter and an artist. He draws, and he lived not too far from here. We was in a duo. We was going crazy. We was rapping all together. Nas was with us sometimes, but it was really me and D Ferg. He was making belts and t-shirts, and he sold belts to Swiss Beats and Jim Jones. It was like, I don't want to rap no more. And like me and Barry outside his house, begging him, like, bro, come on, bro. Like, he like, nah, bro, I got tunnel vision. You do that shit. Like, da 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 da. A year later, I get signed. Now I'm ASAP Rocky, you feel me? And opposed to him being my partner, now he my artist. And so I'm guessing he always felt like he was in my shadow, or like I was big homie, and that's not the case. Even if the shoe fit, wear it, like, but at the same time, I was none of them niggas boss. Mm-hmm. I never wanted to.
And you never shoot.
I admire Rocky's transparency and saying that he's hurt. Like, just first and foremost, it's not enough black men out here that's just out here just saying that shit. It's like, I can't tell you the last black man that I've seen say that hurt my feelings. Like, yo, like being in touch with your energy and your emotions, emotional intelligence, for him to just even admit that, like, yo, I thought that was nutty and that hurt. Like, the timing of it is like, I'm on trial. You know what I'm saying? So I just, first and foremost, if there's anything that I could say for black men to take from this interview, is not being afraid to say when you're hurt or something that hurts your feelings and being able to talk about it. It don't make you pussy. It don't make any of that. It's just like, yo, this is the type of healthy dialogue, you know what I'm saying, that I feel like we need to, we need to hear more about. Because even if we sliding over to the whole Drake situation, right? You got fucking problems. You know, love that song. Still feel to this day that, you know, they should have won the Grammy for that. I think Macklemore, I'm not sure, won that year. But Kendrick Lamar, 2 Chainz, ASAP Rocky, and Drake. A collaboration that, who would have thought that so many years ago later that that Drake would have an issue with everybody, you know what I'm saying, on the record, and coming together and seeing that happen. And then fast forward, because I don't know who was dating first. I know Rocky grabbed Rihanna's ass, you know what I'm saying, shot his shot. Drake had his little situation. And so then you hear on the album, you know, you stole my flow, so I stole your bitch. But then you hear your baby mama ain't even post your single. Where's she at? I will say that the response that he had in regards to this and the security of like, yo, my girl got more money than me. Okay, that's her money. And I think that at the end of the day, like, let's not knock women being breadwinners in general when it comes to me, because that's what's really going on. Like, it's been like that. Like, women been carrying niggas forever. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to hear basically A$AP Rocky break down the whole Drake and Rihanna not posting his single.
When he dropped Iceman and he said, your girl didn't post your album,
That's stupid.
but then you still went to number one. But wait, we have to
Listen,
celebrate.
wait, let me say this.
Okay.
This is the problem, though. If she would have posted my album, everybody would have been like, you only went number one because your girl posted, She not on my fucking album. Like, you know what I'm saying? What single she supposed to be posting? She posted my album.
Right.
After it went number one.
Wait, but can I just do something real quick? Hold on. Give it up for a number one album.
Thank you. Thank you. We worked so hard for that.
We didn't even have time to celebrate.
We ain't had no time. Like, we worked so hard for that. You know what I mean? And I don't want that to take away from all of the hard work and dedication and sacrifice that went into it. You know what I mean?
Right.
There was a lot of time put into it.
But earlier you were saying, like, you don't go to social media, but when you see something like that, how do you definitely responded on mute. You responded in a rap.
Oh, but see, for me, it's just like, if I see it on social media, I don't engage on social media. You know what I'm saying? I see it and I just swipe past it. So
I think that more black men need to listen to A$AP Rocky. He said, if I see some bullshit on the internet, I swipe past it. Come on, man. Like, I don't know, man. Niggas live on the internet. Like, I really love how present I am, but I sit here and I look at these men and I'm like, yo, y'all screaming at the phone. You press end recording. You don't know have nobody in your camp doing checks and balances. You just out here just looking goofy as hell. When it's just like, yo, swipe past that shit. End up doing something else, because while y'all out here worried about A$AP Rocky, he's got 3 kids with Rihanna, RZA, Rocky, Riot. Like, this nigga's out here not worried about shit. Like, no matter what's going on, smiling and doing all these different things. And it's like, it takes a different level of confidence, like almost in sports, like the Kobe, the Mamba mentality, especially when you're at that level. Yo, shout out to A$AP Rocky for having the emotional intelligence and the confidence to be able to even in the Harlem, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to him being able to do that, because everybody's like, how the fuck did A$AP Rocky bag Rihanna? It wasn't about no money. It wasn't about any of that extra. It was about being a real nigga, being confident and being all that extra, like being a gentleman and not being afraid to be in tap. Listen, before we get out of here, we're going to get into this clip of him just basically just saying like, yo, like she didn't steal, she didn't steal the girl. Listen, let's just listen to A$AP Rocky break it down.
Every man who had a crush on this one, you took her.
That's not true. You know why? She was dating that Saudi prince dude or
and
whatever.
all that money couldn't hold her because here come
on, that's a
A$AP.
Harlem, man. Don't nothing compare to that.
That billionaire that's over there is watching this. Drake is watching this. Hey, Drake.
Oh, God, here you go, bro.
So you watched that celebrity boxing match.
I did.
Would you fight Drake?
You don't want to see me.
Why? Because
Some gloves, like bare knuckle like the Irish. We ain't doing all that celebrity boxing shit.
is he mad because you took his girl?
I didn't take his girl.
You took everybody's girl.
It's weird that like everybody done moved on with their lives and like motherfuckers is still strung up on that shit. Like, it's just bugged out to me, you know what I'm saying? And the weird internet antics and the smear campaigns and all that, we see right through that. Like, that's why I just be like, oh, I ain't responding to that.
When he dropped Iceman and he said, your girl didn't post your album.
That's stupid.
But then you still went to number one.
Right. She posted my album.
In your song, you said, first you stole my flow. Wait.
So I stole you. That's fire.
Hey, yo, shout out to Jason Lee. That was such an amazing, amazing, amazing interview. Being able to see A$AP Rocky answer those questions. There's been a lot that's been going on with that family. Like I said, from the shooting, from dating Rihanna, having the babies, there's been a lot that's been going on. And he even, during that interview, they gave him his proclamation and they're trying to do a whole A$AP day for A$AP Rocky. So I will say that with all that he has went through, what heavy is the head that wears the crown, to whom much is given, as much is required. And it's like, you pray for these types of things, you pray for these blessings, but you don't know the stressings that's gonna come with it. And I will say that from my viewpoint, like as Jason Lee was saying, like, you've been locked up in several different countries, your house has been shot at. You know what I'm saying? It's like, God damn, like it seems like a lot. You know what I'm saying? But what I will say is, shout out to A$AP Rocky on his #1 album. That film that he did with Denzel, I'm gonna need him to do another amazing film. Shout out to A$AP Rocky for being in that film with Denzel. I wasn't jacking the script. I think that A$AP Rocky, they could have just, like, I'm upset that that film wasn't as great as I wanted it to be. This is no shots at A$AP Rocky. This is just me being completely honest. But his Puma suede, his campaign for Puma, what he's got with Don't Be Dumb, the tour, everything, man. I'm just saying, shout out to A$AP Rocky, his beautiful family, and everything that they got going on. But if you really gang, make sure you bang that like button. And if you like the vibe, subscribe. If you don't have good energy, keep your ass inside. You tune into the Tasmania Show with Tikoon, brought to you by Tazzy's Baddies. Let's grow.
Tikoon running up the score, Tazzy's Baddies on the floor. And that ass is super fatty, call me Zaddy, throw some more. Super nasty, she a savage, slaughter fucker like a whore. Popping bottles, foreign models, Tikoon on the world tour. Shorty, what you bad for? Turn this to a hit-a-thon. Damn, all your bitches bad, tell them they can come along.